Morning. I just doing a little video. Got nice cool bit of a cooler day today. Got to try and get that engine running today. If I don't, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna aim to get that engine running on the stand. Put it all back together. I should be able to do it unless something goes wrong. But take your time, no rushing. But should get that running today. Yeah, that'd be nice. All being well. We'll go from there. I've got a little tractor in here to come and look at. So it's actually a Farmall, I think. Well, we'll see. They might not want me to put it on the video, but if it's on the video, you know they let me. Okay. It looks really nice, doesn't it? Lovely finish. Do you know what? I think you reckon my humpback cleaner will look nice, shiny like that. It's coming down on Friday, so I reckon that'd look a touch, wouldn't it, if it was done properly. Humpback cleaner 1964, all the guards done nice and that as well, all fresh. That looks sweet, really good. That'd be a showstopper. Lovely.
But I mean, people always said it will look nice. It's worth painting it.
Yeah, it was worth doing it.
Yeah, because he said it would come up nice.
Yeah.
If the tin work had been really knackered.
I think the thing is, I think with certain machines actually, obviously with the cleaner, I've got the benefit that it's galvanised tin work.
Right. Yes.
So what happens with them is the paint falls off them and they do look shabby, but you've got the benefit of actually they don't rot out. Whereas if you had a Ransom's combine or a Massey combine and you wanted to preserve it, you are actually best off painting it, generally, because it preserves the metal.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Gleaner you won't get that advantage. All that happens is it will just look brighter again. And actually something I found really that makes me happy, or it sort of like brings a smile to my face, is I've had it a few times where I've gone in the arena and people have come up to me and said, you know, when we saw you come in, we thought, oh, flipping heck, here we go. How is it going to make it round the ring? And then they said, you put it in gear and started going, and we couldn't believe how smooth it is. Because I actually gone through it and changed all the bearings and made sure all the chains are running nicely, the belts are nice. So it's actually, they're all good, But there's one, I don't know if it's this particular model, but it looks like this kind of thing. At near Farmall Reservoir on the hill, there's one there that's been there from the war years, the Second World War, and they did order two, and they were American-built ones that were sent over, and one of them was the other one's at the bottom of the sea, because they put them on separate boats, so at least one would make it and one didn't.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, and so the one's in the shed where it's always been.
Yeah. And
the other one's at the bottom of the sea where it's always been.
I remember years and years ago when I was still at school, and there was a chap who used to go in the steam. He got an old Simpson and Marshall, and this Marshall, it was pristine. Yeah. It was like everything was. It was like brand spanking
new.
And
I'd love to find a Gleaner like that.
Of course, he won all the prizes for the best presented, all the rest of it. And I can remember talking to him.
Was this in recent years?
No, well, I'm talking 25 years ago.
Oh, right.
And he said the reason this is like it is because I bought a farm. He said family farm. I bought a farm, and when we moved in, we were looking at one of the buildings, and we saw all these packing cases at the back of one of these barns. He said it was basically this tractor, what it was. And he said the whole thing had never been bought, never been put together. It was all packed in.
Wow.
And And it was
People
just,
would be falling over each
well,
other
I mean,
together.
he said so effectively, this work has never worked. It's a brand new tractor.
That's amazing. Oh, mate.
And I was just, I was gobsmacked.
I'd look-
Everyone was, because it was immaculate.
I'd like to find a humpback Model A gleaner like that. That'd be awesome. Just all the bits and that. Like I say, there is some good ones out there.
But I mean, when we did it, this one, we only spray painted the tin work, and then I brushed everything else, which I felt was more authentic, really, because they wouldn't have.
No, well, they wouldn't have been all that amazing. I've heard that some of the, in some of the times where they were struggling, money problems and that, they didn't paint underneath sometimes.
No, I think that's right. I don't think they were particularly, Well, they thought, well, they're going out to do a job there.
Yeah, they just.
It wasn't designed to last 50 years, will it?
No.
Anything. It's not designed to do that.
But this is 1947,
Yeah,
so it's now
75.
75 years old.
Yeah. Well, I'll show you a video of my combines actually. Have you ever seen them working?
Did you go to the old farmers rally with?
I took a
Clayson?
Clayson, yes.
With a Clayson.
Yeah, the Clayson we sold that the other week.
Yeah, yellow, Clayson.
Just I sold it. I still got the money. Got the money actually. Stuart Hancock bought that for me.
Oh, did he?
I got given a combine.
Right.
I got actually given a combine. Stuart bought me a combine to do a job. He actually phoned me up. Stuart Hancock phoned me up and said, "Do you want to do some cutting for me?" And I said, "How much?" 60 acres. And I thought 60 acres is a little bit too much for my gleaners, really. If it was 10 or 20, maybe just 25, I'll be happy with it. They can do it, but it's just a bit too much for them.
Yeah.
I want to just tickle a little bit through. Every year, or just a few acres. But with this Clayson, lovely thing, really, but it was just one thing after another. It'd been band stored. I think the fella who owned it was a really nice chap. He's a great guy, but he'd been using it just for stock feed, so it was just go in the field, get it in. He wasn't. I don't think it wasn't like milling wheat, so it was just going through and whatever was coming. It was getting the job done.
Yeah.
I think that's impatient, but he looked after it really well. He kept it well, kept it oiled, and anyway, we got it in the field, and obviously Stuart's got high grade grain, and this thing, it just wouldn't do it. And then the fuel problems, and then something else. We couldn't get it doing this and that. I was tearing my hair out with it. It was baking hot. I couldn't get comfortable. That's the other thing about the combine. It has to be comfortable for me. Right. You're sat on that all day in the heat.
Yeah.
You've got to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And I just, for some reason, with that New Holland, I just couldn't get comfortable. The centre console, where the steering column, you couldn't see the header properly.
And I was trying to.
Yeah, they were good. Get me wrong, they are a good combine, but for me personally, I just couldn't get the hang of it. And anyway, we sold that now. The tyre popped on it, and I said to Stuart, right, park that up, let's get the gleaners. He said, oh, they won't do it either, but the gleaners got the drum directly behind the header. Right. So in that brittle crop, the straw elevator was smashing the crop up before it got to the drum.
Okay.
So it was just obliterating it. But the gleaner was getting it before it smashed it.
Right.
So it was grabbing it and then threshing it when it was still in one bit. So the gleaners had the advantage. I'll show you a video.